I'm here.
All right.
I want to get between you.
It's all good. You're good. I'm going to introduce you to the people.
Alright.
What's up, YouTubers? Working on the Jeep tonight. Putting a snorkel on that Shell was good enough to get me for Christmas. Got my buddy Sam here. We're about to start drilling some holes in the side of my Jeep.
Without drinking.
Without drinking. We're saving the drinking for after. We were going to start drinking, and then we decided that was a bad idea. So we're going to drink later. So I'm going to start reading some directions, start some prep work, get the templates out, and see what this bad boy looks with a snorkel. Did I say see what this bad boy looks with a snorkel?
Yeah.
I should probably say see what this bad boy looks like with a snorkel.
You probably should.
Yeah. We can edit that.
You can.
So, before hole is cut inside of Jeep, and we'll get to the after in a bit. And I'm not too worried about cutting a hole because rust. So, this fender's obviously had it anyway, so we're going to go to town.
Sorry.
Okay.
Is that where you want to be?
I think so.
Get your tape. Look at this.
I'm cutting my Jeep.
You did it right.
Fit? What?
Sorry.
Been a while.
Huh?
Been a while.
No. It was just bad humor at the time. I'm sorry.
Here's where it gets scary. I think my drill's battery might be dead. Oh, here we go. That battery is very dead. Come on. Just one spot here. I know. Oh, the battery's charged. It's right there.
Hey folks, look! A hole! There you
I don't
go,
even have
buddy.
to worry about that being hot. It took so long to cut. Yeah, go ahead. Test fit it. So, following the template's instructions, get that on there. Antenna needs to be lower, or in other words, the snorkel needs to be higher. And what is that? That's right on the edge of the windshield frame. So either the template or the instructions were a little bit off, because the template should have been at the top of the fender, not the top of the, as Safari Snorkel says, guard. Which here in America we call fender flares. You know why? Because they're not guarding anything. It's a flare on your fender.
On the plus side, they look cool.
The fender flare or the snorkel?
Both.
Well, they do look cool, yeah. I want some bigger flares too. I'm gonna have to get them when I get the wheels, because the wheels are gonna be bumping everything out. So we're getting off topic. Off topic. We're supposed to be mad. Stupid template.
Senior clean freak.
You can tell this is cold.
So you just drill it.
So that's got to go on there. And that closes that off and makes it watertight.
And that's what you want, a silicone.
Yeah. So this should probably get cleaned a little.
You know, I watched a video today where a dude had one of these GoPros on a electric airplane.
That's pretty sweet.
And then he crashed it in the ocean.
Oh. That's frozen.
Letting another thing thaw.
I don't know what the hell a guard is in Australia, but apparently it's a multi-purpose word. Screw the mounting studs into the snorkel body inserts, fasten the upper mounting bracket to the snorkel body, place a piece of masking tape where the bracket will be positioned. Carefully position the snorkel body onto the guard. Where is there a guard? Somebody please tell me. Insert plastic body clips into the A-pillar. Fasten into position. Position the snorkel body onto the guard. With the snorkel body correctly positioned, fasten using necessary hardware. What the hell is a guard in Australia? Dear Australian people watching this video, please explain this to me. And I'm not hating on Australia. I love Australia. Shout out to Mighty Car Mods. Love you guys. This is the only thing I can possibly see as a guard. But I consider this a fender flare. My bumper could be considered some sort of a guard. It guards me from hitting trees and shit. I don't want to be profane on my YouTube channel. I might edit that part out. It might be like, it guards me from hitting trees and boop. But yeah, seriously, like, what is this guard you speak of? I like this one too for the air cleaner assembly. Using the air hacksaw, cut out the new air entry hole. Okay, so far so good. Place the air inlet blank off plate into position and mark each hole position. Drill each hole to 5 millimeters. What the hell is a blank off plate? I'm blocking off a hole. It's a blank off plate? Australians do speak English, right? It's not just me. Did an Aborigine translate this shit? What's going on? What is a blank off plate? And where the hell is the guard? But Sam and I are going to call it a night here because it's getting late. Let the paint dry. We'll come back tomorrow morning and hopefully finish this job up. Say bye, Sam.
Beer 30.
Beer 30. Okay, so one more thing before we go. Sam just showed me this, and you know, apparently this is this company's disclaimer to try and avoid any problems, which I can fully understand. But here's my problem with it. Okay, you guys read this. Go ahead. Okay, so here's the thing. Check the snorkel against the body. It's good. Line the template up. Sure, it kind of looks like it fits, right? That did look good, right? follow the directions on where to place the template. No! We're going to get beer. Alright, so day 2 on our 2-hour snorkel install. Paint's dry. Time to bolt stuff on. Okay, so modifying the air box. We got our hole cut for the snorkel assembly. Got our holes drilled for the block off plate, or as they say in Australia, a blank off plate. And we got the box cleaned so that the silicone will adhere. Get the 2 little drain holes on the bottom to fill in so that we are watertight. We'll get that going, and then we'll get back to putting the snorkel on the side of the body. I'll even go ahead and fill in around this circle so it bonds to that, so we know it's sealed in water. Hey, first shot. Look at that. Found it.
Hopefully the rest of them are lined up.
Yeah, I hope so.
Either that or hopefully it's some really good RTV. There you go. Flanked off.
You know what sucks is if I ever do want to fold the windshield down on this, and we have to disconnect the snorkel as well now.
Yeah, but do you ever fold the windshield?
I haven't yet, but I do intend to someday. The newer the Jeeps get, the harder they make it to fold down the damn windshield. So here we have our completely modified air box. Blocked off the original factory snorkel. Installed the new adapter here for this snorkel. Let me show you guys something. The snorkel has this recess built into it for the antenna. So it's supposed to just fit right over the antenna so it mounts flush. Now the instructions say to line the template up with the guard, which you saw us do earlier. Now we can only assume that this would be considered a guard. Well, the template should have been lined up with the top of the fender, because this is sitting too low, which is now pushing the body. Let me get it in here. So this is now sitting too low. So that doesn't line up with the recess, which pushes the body of this outward. Which means I had to drill these and modify them, and I might have to do a little more so that I can get the bolts in. Needless to say, this is something that's fairly permanent to do to your rig. So I'm a little disappointed in the instructions. Dear Australians, if you call a fender a guard, that would have been nice to clarify, because that template should have been right at the top.
Yep.
Fairly well mounted on there. Doesn't quite line up perfect, but after slotting the holes, good to go. Sam had to go home, so I'm flying solo for the rest of this install. And I guess one thing that's pretty cool is this tube actually runs right through this bracket. It's a nice little turn, if we can get it to go. Up top. All the directions showed it running through this bracket. These little rubber pieces are supposed to fit around here to protect the tubing when you run it through. One, tubing doesn't fit. There's a vacuum canister in the way. Two, these pieces of rubber aren't long enough, and 3, they are the worst part of this entire install to get to go on. Getting very frustrated. And to think that I'm basically going to have to take my battery out, take the tray out, and go in from the bottom there. Which the directions say you're supposed to take a bunch of stuff like that out on a right-hand drive model. So once again, Australians, your instructions suck. The quality of the snorkel and the parts themselves, as far as I can tell from here, excellent. Excellent quality. Instructions, not so much. So I filled up the memory card on my GoPro. It shows you what a 2-hour job this is, right? So I'm going to try and record the rest with a Nikon here. Show you guys where we are so far. Alright, so snorkel pretty much on, mounted, tube routed. I had to modify, focus, I had to modify my vacuum canister here because it doesn't fit where it used to anymore. So I'm going to try to find a way to just secure it down in there. I just cut the end off for that bracket, but if I can make it stick in there, we'll be good. The battery tray goes on top. Actually, shouldn't wiggle around too much. I might try and find some foam or something to just shove in there to hold it still, which I have. Otherwise, then it's a matter of getting the air box in and putting everything back together. On a side note, as if I wasn't dealing with enough rust on Michelle's Jeep, here's what I'm working with on my passenger fender. Vacuum box reinstalled. Got foam lining all around. Had to angle it downward towards the front of the vehicle so that whatever that stupid sensor is on the battery tray will fit, because it sticks down a bit. Snorkel job completed. Right down to the sticker on the intake tube. Modified box. Tubing running all the way through and down underneath the battery. Comes out to your snorkel. And there we go. Had to do quite a bit of modifications, as is to kind of be expected. I mean, part of a snorkel is cutting a hole in the side of your vehicle. Instructions could have been better. Templates were actually pretty good. It's just the way the instructions read, they got placed in the wrong spot. So kind of had to make everything fit, but now that it's on, I'm definitely very happy, and definitely want to thank my wonderful girlfriend for getting me the snorkel. Oh, whatever clean installation we had is now gone. Ah, man.
Sometimes it's always good to be the cameraman.
Ah. And now to finish our installation of the snorkel, get rid of cruddy, nasty old factory filter, and install fancy new K&N filter.